Hey, it's Helen and Harley. Oh, settle down, Harley. Settle down. He's all excited to be back on Alive with you guys. What is it? As soon as I start talking, you get all revved up, hey? You were nice and quiet and placid before that. So I'm here to talk about the 7 things that you must avoid. If you want to have a really powerful life, if you want to be happy, if you want to achieve really good things, there's 7 things that you need to avoid, and I'm going to go through those today. So, hi, how are you? Welcome to today's topic. If you are here with me live, say hello to me and Harley. How are you going today, Harley? We've been away. Some of you may know we were at my eldest son's soccer championships on the weekend. And hey, Rob, how are you? Lovely to see you on live. And they did really well. So it was a really good weekend. And now we're just getting back to routine, aren't we, Harley? So Harley's a little bit all over the place. Hello, Katrina. Thank you for the palm trees, guys. So for those of you joining me live or watching the replay, we have a little emoji mascot for the crew here at Online Crew. It's a community of home-based business owners building their business online, and we have the palm tree representative of our online crew here just to signify that we can do business anywhere, and we strive for that, doing business under that palm tree on a deserted island. But really, what I'm here for is to teach home-based business owners how to bring their business online through modern social media strategies. So let's get rid of those old school, network marketing strategies where we hassle our family and friends and learn new modern social media strategies where we can really uplift the professionalism of this industry. That's really my broader mission here, is to give people the right skills to build their business online the right way so we can lift the professionalism of this industry. And once a week, I jump on and I talk about a mindset topic, a personal development topic, something to help you be a better version of you, because it's such a huge part of the success of your business and what's going on with you, how you think, the words that you use, how you carry yourself through life, all those kind of things. It makes a massive, massive difference as to how successful you are in business, in, the way you are, in your mind. Laptop and an internet connection, you can work anywhere. That's right, Rob. All you need, with the advent of technology, you just need a phone or a laptop and an internet connection, and you can run your business from everywhere. We just got to know how to do it the right way instead of the wrong way. So let's get on to topic today about the 7 things you must avoid if you really want a great life and success and happiness within yourself and in your business. So I've just got the list. It's actually, you'll laugh, it's taped to my phone on sticky tape because I'm holding Harley. So if I'm looking down, I'm just looking down at my notes here. So number 1, you don't want to spend time dwelling on problems as opposed to looking for solutions. Have you met that person in your life where they just constantly complain? This is wrong or that's wrong. And you say, how are you today? Oh, there's always something to complain about, or there's always something wrong. I think we've all got people in our life that tend to lean towards the negative instead of the positive. So really what we want to do in our lives, we don't want to focus on the problems. There's always going to be problems. There's always going to be stuff that goes wrong. No matter how perfect our life might be, there's always going to be things that come up that we don't like, that aren't going our way, that are unexpected, that, whether it's relationships or financial, there's always going to be things that come up. Correct? Send me some likes and loves if you sort of agree with that. The important thing, they have a problem for every solution. Yeah, that's an interesting way to put it, Rob. Absolutely. There are some people that will just create a problem even if they don't have a problem. But what we want to do as we move through life is think of solutions. Okay, something's not working. All right, so how do I fix it? Rather than, going, oh, well, this is wrong and that's wrong. Okay, maybe things aren't going according to plan. But instead of dwelling on the problem, how about we think of some solutions? Who can help me? What can I do? Hey, Beth, how are you? Lovely to see you on live. What can I do about it? What actions can I take? How can I eliminate, the impact of whatever it is that's happened? So we don't want to dwell on the problem. When you dwell on the problem doesn't go away. When you talk about the problem over and over and over again, you draw more of that problem to you. Things never go according to plan. That's quite right, Rob. That's just life. But how we handle it is a huge part of how your life is going to turn out. Whether you're going to be happy or whether you're going to be miserable most of the time, whether you complain most of the time, it's completely 100% up to you, how you handle things. So be a solution seeker and not a problem, complainer. So if you're that person or you know somebody that talks about the same problem over and over and over and over again, nothing changes. I hate my job. I hate the relationship I'm in. It's just the same conversation a month down the track, 2 months down the track, 3 months down the track. You're still having the same conversation. That's not somebody that's looking for solutions. When we have problems, we want to find the best solution, move through it and move on. Otherwise, it's only ever going to hold us back. So we want to be a solution, coming up with solutions rather than focusing on the problem. Remember, what you think about most, you'll attract more of. So if you keep talking about the problems, if you keep talking about the things that are not going right, guess what's going to happen? You're going to get more of what's not going right. So we don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. Yeah, there's things that goes wrong all the time, but I don't want to focus on it. It's like, okay, this is not going well. This is not going according to plan. What can I do about it? So Beth, need to be a solution maker. Absolutely, Beth. And yes, Rob, you're quite right. There are people that just love drama and they love the negative and they love complaining. Are they the kind of people that you want to be around? Or do you think people want to be around you if that's you? So we're looking for the solutions. We're not focusing on the problems. That's number one. Number two, too proud to learn anything outside your comfort zone. You don't want to be that person. You don't want to be that proud or that ignorant or that stubborn that you're not willing to learn something new. I had somebody that commented on my ad, one of my ads this morning, my Facebook ads, which is just telling a little bit about my story of my struggle. The fact that I found attraction marketing. I didn't word it because people don't generally know what those terms mean, but I found something that helped me to attract people to me, and now I get leads online, all the rest of it. So there's this one comment from this person that said, what was it? It was something negative like, oh, this is just a scam to sell you something or something, and it was it's $27. So I just replied to the person politely, and I said the training is absolutely free. It's actually 10 days worth of free training that you would get valuable information from. I said there's always an option for somebody that's serious about their business to learn more. So if somebody wants to go a step further, you always want to have something available to them. There are some people that are quite serious about learning new skills to increase their business. So I just sort of wrote a little blurb back that was very diplomatic and, appropriate. But it just surprises me. Like, people in the home-based business industry, we get canned all the time about things like, oh, you're just approaching me because you want me to buy your stuff. You're just approaching me because you want me to join your business. And yet I've got a solution, and I know because it's worked for me, to help teach people how to attract people to you online. And yet I get this derogatory comment. So to me, that person is not open to learning anything new that might be a solution for her business. You don't want to be that person. If we expect people to be open-minded enough to look at our business in the home-based business industry, why wouldn't you be open enough to learning new skills to attract more people to you? It just boggles my mind how people can be so close-minded to new information that might help them build their business when they're in this business themselves. I don't know if I explained that particularly well to you, but you've got to have an open mind. You've got to be willing to learn new things outside your comfort zone. Where do we get when we're in our comfort zone? Where does it get us when we stay in our comfort zone. So, yep, I'm comfortable. My business isn't going that well, but I'm comfortable where I'm at and the tasks that I'm taking and, what I'm doing. How's my business going to look in the future? When we are comfortable, we're not growing. When we are comfortable, we are not learning. So you need to learn outside your comfort zone. Absolutely, Rob. You're going nowhere if you're not learning outside your comfort zone. So you may not understand it, you may not agree with it, but I would encourage you to always be open-minded to new things, even if you're skeptical. Even if you don't really understand it or know what it's about, always have an open mind to things. We're not always right. There are people that walk around that think they're always right and they've always got to have the last word. Don't be that person. Always be willing to learn outside your comfort zone. That's number 2. Number 3, unable to enjoy solitude. How many of you can't sit still? How many of you don't like your own company? This has been difficult for me. I am terrible at relaxing. I'm always on the go. I'm always doing something. I never sit down and watch TV unless it's for a purpose with my kids, something like that. I'm always on the go. That's not necessarily healthy. The interesting thing with the weekend that I've just had, going to the country for my son's soccer championships, and there was a whole lot of families, obviously, that went down there, and we had an absolute ball. And did I work much? Not really. Did I answer lots of questions on my phone? Yeah, because I can run my business from anywhere. And I was still responding to things, but I could do that, here, there, and everywhere. But it was absolutely wonderful to switch off, really, mainly. Spend some great time with some people, with my family and all the rest of it. It was just great. So we've got to be able to switch off, and you've got to be able to have some downtime as well to recharge the batteries. It was really cool. Me too. I can't keep still. Guilty. Yeah, and it's not necessarily a really good trait to be like that, because to make really rational, great decisions in our lives and in our business and really important decisions, we really need to calm our mind first. So being able to be quiet, think, alone time, get away from all the voices of everyone else and just think, that's actually something that's really important in our lives and in our business. So that was number 3. Number 4, unwilling to make mistakes. I find it really interesting, the students that I mentor. There are some students that are too scared to do things, are too fearful to do things. That's mainly the norm. Worried about what other people think, all that kind of stuff. And then there's some students that just, I don't know what I'm doing, I did it anyway. I don't know what buttons I'm pushing, I did it anyway. I wrote an email, I didn't know what I was saying, I just did it anyway. Guess who succeeds? The first person or the second person? It's always the second person that I just explained. So don't be afraid to make mistakes. Mess up, learn from your mess, and then move on. So people who do that are always going to move faster than people that are too scared of making mistakes. So you've got to be willing to make mistakes. It's okay. And who cares anyway? We hold ourselves back from doing things because we're worried about, all sorts of things. But is it going to kill us? No. If we do a Facebook Live and go live and press the live button, what's the worst thing that's going to happen? Is it going to kill you? No. So we put all these unrealistic expectations on ourselves and want to look perfect and all the rest of it. But you'll move a lot faster in life in all aspects if you're just willing to make mistakes. Okay? Number 5, worrying way too much about what other people think. That's one of the worst things that you can do, that majority people do. I do it, I still do it, and I have to stop myself self doing it sometimes. It's like, if I do that, what will that person, think? Or, I can't really approach them because they might think this or that or whatever. We spend way too much time worrying what other people think about what we're doing, what we're up to, what we're about to be doing, what we're promoting, all those kind of things, than we really should. Because all that does is hold you back. Holds you back from taking risks, holding you back from getting outside your comfort zone. Guilty of worrying. Beth, I I would imagine 99% of the people on the planet worry too much about what other people think, they're going to say, you know, all the rest of it. But at the end of the day, they don't live your life. They don't earn the money for you. They don't, you know, they're not in control. We're in control. And when we do that, we just hold ourselves back. And where does success happen? On the other side of fear, on the other side of worry, stepping outside our comfort zone. But when we worry too much about what other people think, we don't do the things we know we need to do to step outside our comfort zone. So worrying about what other people think is one of the worst things that we can do. But we all do it. The important thing, and why I talk about stuff like this, is to raise our level of awareness about it. So if you know you do it, you can catch yourself thinking it and doing it, so then you can turn it around. If you don't have any awareness about it, then you can hold yourself back for the rest of your life and not even be aware why. I don't have that problem. That's my strong point. Well, credit to you, Rob. And, you know, that's awesome to hear. And there should be more people like you, Rob, because we really shouldn't care what anybody else thinks. You feel it in your gut. You know it's the right thing to do. Then, you know, just do things that, you know, and do things that scare you. That's when we really grow and learn and have, you know, huge progress. So what's number 6? Number 6 is live in the past. How many times have you spoken to people and it's like, oh, that's just me? Or they labeled themselves. I'm not good at this. I can't do that. Why not? Why can't you do something? Why can't you change the way you think about you? Because you hang on to stuff from the past. Stuff from the past makes us who we are today. So we believe certain things about people, about relationships, about money due to what's happened in the past. But they're labels and that's all they are. But by hanging on to those labels, we're living in the past. So the past is in the past. We can make a decision today to change. Today, right now. I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm not going to be that person anymore. We can make decisions right here, right now to change. When we don't, we're hanging on to stuff from the past. Hanging on to stuff in the past, you know, and I've said this over and over again on a lot of my lives. I lost my mum when I was young and I labelled myself that way. I got into bad relationships and my walls were up. I didn't want to get into relationships because I didn't want to fall in love. I didn't want to let anybody close to me because it was going to hurt. They're going to leave me. So I was living my life for something that happened in the past. Did it hurt? Yeah. Will it always be there? Absolutely. Do I miss my mum? Of course. But that doesn't have to define me. Things that happen in the past do not need to define your actions now or moving forward. You're in control. The quicker that people can realize that and really comprehend it, your decisions will be different. So you can't live your life by what's happened in the past. You'll have memories, you'll have hurt, you'll have pain, you'll have grief, you'll have disappointments. Yes, it's there. Yes, it's important, but it doesn't define who you are now moving forward. So don't let that stuff hold you back. Don't let it become a sentence on your forehead that you're in like jail in a way from being the person and having the success that you can really have. Okay? Your choice. You can stand to be in your way or get out of the way. You choose. Okay? The last one, number 7. Hey, Jen, how are you? I'll be back for the role play. No worries, Jen. Lovely to see you briefly. Rob, I had to cut a lot of things loose in order to move on. Yep, and unless we do, like I speak to people who've had grudges for 10 years, and that's okay. The brain space, the energy, the waste of, waste of energy really, that people hang on to that stuff, it's not worth it. And the only person you're holding back at the end of the day is you. So you got to let stuff go. You got to let people go. You got to let anguish go. You got to let upset go. You've got to let people that have treated you badly. It doesn't make it right, but you've just got to let it go. You got to let that stuff go. And number 7 is negative self-talk. Got to avoid that. It's probably going to creep in every now and again, but if you have a high level of awareness of your negative self-talk, then you've got half an opportunity to change it. Catch it and change it. Okay, so negative self-talk we don't want. So if you say, I can't do that, I don't know if I can do that, I'm not good enough at doing that, I just don't know if I can, I don't know. When you talk to yourself that way over and over and over and over and over and over and over again, that's exactly how it's going to play out. You're not going to know. You're not going to move forward. You're not going to go forward in leaps and bounds because you don't know. You attract more of what you focus on. So get rid of the negative self-talk, and we're turning it around and okay, well, maybe not now, but in the future. Focus your thoughts in a positive way so you attract more of the positive, not the negative. You bury yourself in the negative, you'll attract more of the negative. You guys know how this works. It is a killer, Rob. Very easy to do, to focus on the negative. But when you focus on the negative, you're going to get more of the negative. So don't be that complainer. Don't be that person that's not open to learning new things. Don't get stuck in the past. All those 7 things I've just mentioned, they are only ever going to hold you back. Is that the life you want to lead? Is that the future you want to have? Because that future is already written out and playing out for you when you focus on those 7 things that I have just explained. And my whole reasoning for talking about stuff like this once a week is to just raise, including my own, raising our level of awareness into the stuff that we concentrate on and give our energy towards, which is not positive. And when that happens, you'll get stuck and you can waste months, even years, in the same pattern of behavior, which means not only are you going to be stuck as a person in your relationships, in your finances, and that'll translate in all areas through your business as well, which then, the finances comes up again. So we want to try to move through this stuff and get rid of those, 7 things that I just mentioned in order to grow as a person, move past all that kind of negativity so we can actually achieve what we want to achieve in life. We're only here once. Don't we want to actually get the most out of life and be the happiest we can be, the healthiest we can be, the financially, most abundant we can be? Beth, great mindset rules to live by. Absolutely. Rob, this is why I get up at 2 a.m. to listen to your training. Valuable. And what really disappoints me, Rob, is that people just don't listen to this stuff, or they listen to it, but they don't absorb it, because this is the stuff that makes or breaks us. This is the stuff that makes your relationships flourish or otherwise, that we make money or otherwise. We are 100% totally in control. Yeah, at the beginning of this live, the number one thing was spending, hey Robin, how are you? Spending time dwelling on problems rather than solutions. That's where majority of people sit. And that's really unfortunate, because when people are so quick to complain, this doesn't work, that doesn't work, and they blame everything else, going on in their life on other people and other things, and not taking self-responsibility. At the end of the day, those 7 things that I just listed, it's all about self-responsibility. So when you take self-responsibility and you take control of getting the information that you need and controlling your thought processes, you will end up getting to where you want to go, because it's all about choices. So Rob, you make a choice to listen to information to help you be a better version of yourself so you can have a better business, all that kind of stuff. So credit to you, because I know you'll get to where you want to go because you put the effort in. Rob, they're always there at the scene of the crime. Absolutely. There's just some people that just won't help themselves, and that's just the way life is. You can't control them, but you can control you. So this is all about self-control and self-responsibility. You choose to take control, or you choose to make excuses. So which one is it for you? I'll leave that question up to you. Now, tomorrow's live is the special training event on branding. So the 3 essential things you need to put into place to get your branding on point online. So make sure you join me tomorrow, the same time, for that special training. It's going to be full jam-packed of information, and it is a special one. So I hope to see you all here with me tomorrow for that special training. So enjoy the rest of your day, whatever the part of the day it is for you. Say goodbye, Harley. See you guys. Thanks for being on live or on the replay. Bye.